Okay, this is going to be a basic introduction to drawing in IITC, which is super useful for planning anything you want to do in Ingress. First off, you want to go to iitc.me. When you're on your desktop, you want to go to your desktop. You want to download, depending whether you're using Chrome, Firefox, you want to follow the instructions up here. And then you want to download. I'm going to assume you know how to do that. If you have any specific questions about that, feel free to ask me questions. I will happily lead you through the comments. For right now, I'm going to assume that you know how to do it. When you first load IITC, it's going to change your map to look like something like this. If you have issues where you can't see roads or anything like that, I'm using Google Roads, but you can switch to Google Satellites, you can switch to Mac. Often it'll launch you into Mapbox Street, and this is what it looks like, and a lot of people will think they have encountered an error because they can't see any roads or anything. All you need to do is change what you're using. I personally like Google Roads. A lot of other people like other things. If you want... This looks more like default Ingress, for example. Google default Ingress map. Again, I like Google Roads because it's what I see when I'm mapping from area to area, and it's the map I'm used to seeing. From there, to draw, there's a couple ways to do it. First off, you can just click this little line here. As long as you have, there's various plugins you need to do to make things work in IITC. There's descriptions for each plugin. There's a lot of them, but the most important ones we need for this is draw tools. If you have draw tools, you're going to be able to do this. Yay. But I don't actually like doing it that way, because especially if you're drawing big fields, you have to be zoomed in on each portal to be able to click on it, and it's a serious pain. So instead, what I like to do is make sure I have bookmarks, this one here, enabled. What this lets me do is say I click on this portal. See this little star up here? I can click on that happy star. See this little star down here? I can click on that happy star. Then, once they're both stars, I can go to Auto Draw. My two bookmark portals are listed here. I can click on each of them, click Draw. Line exists. Happy days. You can do up to 3 points in this. I always like to do, like, if I clicked on, say, here, and went to auto draw, I can click all 3 and it'll make a field. This, when you're doing a lot of layered fields, can make it really dense, make it hard to see underneath. Plus, exporting to other things can become difficult, so I like to do one line at a time. It can take fractions of a second longer, but it really helps out. What we're going to do now, though, is... Okay, let's say we want to reset all this. We want to go to Draw Tools Options, Reset Drawn Items. They're all gone. Nothing is left. We can also go to Bookmarks Op, Reset Bookmarks. Go back here. No little star on Lighthouse Park anymore. If we go to Auto Draw, nothing in the list. So that'll help you easily clear things out. But let's again get these guys set up. Yay. So then we can happily start adding things. And again, I can connect all 3 of these, but I'd prefer to have them be lines instead of a field. There we go. Happy days. We can zoom in. And then without being able to see those 2 portals, we can wait for these portals to load here, because I know there's more along West 4th. Like this one. I can click on West Coast Beacon. Without having to zoom out, I can connect it to Lighthouse and Iona again. I'm starting to get a layered field right here. But what happens if I have a blocking link? So say I want to extend this field to St. Mark's Anglican. Bookmark St. Mark's Anglican. Hit my auto draw to Lighthouse, and I own a tip. See this red dotted line right here? That means that's in the way. The way you get that to show is a beautiful tool called Crosslinks. That's what will highlight them in red and show you that that needs to die before you can do things. Extraordinarily helpful. Makes it a lot easier to do whatever you want to do when you go out without having to guess, without having to judge, does this line cut into this one? For like example, if I'm unsure of this one, say I know I'm going to draw from this one, but I'm not sure if this one cuts well, I can check it. So I'm not sure if it's going to cut to Iona tip well. Oh, I see it's cutting within that field. So that's no good. So you can check things on the fly. It works pretty much the same for mobile as well. Just bookmark your portals by hitting the little star, hit your auto draw. You can check links on the fly, even if you just want to check a little blocker on the fly to see if it cuts the way you want it to cut. Plus, if you're drawing this on your desktop and you say want to send it to someone else, or on your mobile and want to send it to someone else, or you're drawing on your desktop and you want to send it to yourself on mobile, you can go to Draw Tools Options, Copy Drawn Items. This little code here, if you copy it, you can send it to yourself in any way you want. Now let's say I had nothing drawn on this, so let's clear my drawn items. Cool. I still have that saved in my clipboard, so what happens if I paste it back in? Paste drawn items. Paste it up here. Bam, my draw is back. So you can even save previous draws in, say, Google Docs or anything you like, so that before you clear it, you can save your draw somewhere else for future use. You can send it to somebody else. You can get critiques from anybody else. You can send it to someone else who is in on your plan. All fantastic things. Hope this was informative. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Have a good one, and happy fielding.